All right, the project started with a lesson plan designed for friction. We just took it and manipulated and changed it to a zip line project to involve, what do you say, Ryan?
We kind of, after we moved away from the friction aspect of it to try to tie in more of a math aspect, which we haven't done a lot of, moved towards the similar triangles. And with the similar triangles, the idea of zip lines came about. We thought it would be a good idea to engage the students with a zip line type activity.
That way they had a real one scenario.
Going into day one, I thought maybe the students would think the lesson was a little cheesy, maybe a little elementary, that they wouldn't really buy into the secret agent theme that we had going for the lesson.
After day one, I was a little bit disappointed. There were a few things I could have done differently. Could have spoken louder. I could have maybe used better eye contact. I was so nervous.
Going into day two, I thought it would go smoothly. Day one was pretty good. They bought in. The students had a good idea of what we were doing, and I thought that day one, I thought we really explained what we'd be doing. So day two, I thought would go pretty smooth.
When I arrived on day two morning, I kind of predicted that it was going to be organized chaos. Having all the students up at the same time, several groups going at the same time, building a zip line in the classroom, actually constructing it with the items and materials we'd given them, I could just really see it being organized chaos.
One thing that we probably could have done on day two is maybe have larger groups. We had some groups where there were a couple of students absent, and it made it difficult for them to complete the task. I was stuck with one group pretty much the whole time, so I probably should have had them go with another group.
So going into day three, we had a good game plan. Both classes were on the same page, so I felt real confident going in. I feel like we know where we're headed, and now we have a better plan on how to get there.
Ready, go. Let a clock now. Go. Go. Go.
At the very end.
did we manipulate to change our speed? Angles. How did we know that we can manipulate the angle on the scale to fit the angle on the real life? What'd you say? And what did you say? They're similar in proportion, and there's one other word that we used. I heard it. Say it loud. Say it loud. It's okay. Say it loud. Ratio. Good. We used the ratio. So we knew that the triangles were similar. Listen. We knew the triangles were similar. We used proportion. We used ratio to help find the angles. And what did we manipulate? Angle. Everyone please say, what did we manipulate? Angles. The angles. You all did a wonderful job, both classes. I know they bragged on you all. We'll brag on you all. Great job. We appreciate you letting us come in and do this. Do we have
With a time of 1.861, the runner-up is Blackwater, USA. And the winner, with a time of 1.899, is the Ecosystem.
The lesson went well. We met the objectives we needed to. Although we had to go back and restructure some of the plans we had beforehand, such as on day 3, we had to use final run time for instruction. On day 2, we learned that the group dynamics should have been larger versus smaller. And overall, we learned that an extra day in this 3-day lesson to make it a 4-day lesson probably would have been more effective. You could have had a day for the creativity where they used all of the materials in the kits and had their fun creativity, and then the day where you bring them back to the manipulation of the angle, which was what they were supposed to be doing overall. So in the shortcoming of transferring that information of manipulate the angle and having to use that 10 minutes, an extra day would have been better overall in the lesson.
Well, these are our supplies, and we had quite a few in there, and we probably should have just provided them with the supplies that they actually needed. Some of them took advantage of the balloons, for instance, to slow their guy down, but they didn't have to do that. But we had a scale in here that I don't think anybody used the scale. It was kind of unnecessary, but the goal was to get them to think, whether or not they actually needed it or not. But a lot of them kind of overdid it.
This is going to be like, oh my God!
Well, then that's what you should have said. That's what she said.
Hey, can I get in there? You're always in the confessional.
How's that wide body chair?
Love it. Love it. We're gonna measure understanding now.
I hate you all. You're red. It doesn't matter. You
I
got
don't have
red.
a shirt. That'll get brought up. Wait till you get to that part.
That's been something he's mad about for 3 semesters. Okay, so you're fine.
I feel like a freaking dumbass.
Okay, that would be beep.
Why I get spit it out.
Outtake number 1.
If I had a bottle of champagne, I would christen it. Because she has entered into our realm. I have no feelings.
Clock malfunction.
You got Joe again. Is that some stereotype?
Are you?
Mercy is for the weak. Cobra Kai.
I got my train of thought. And that
To
didn't
re-
happen. So
That's right, it didn't happen.
I had to throw, shut up, I had to throw my pride out the
So
window.
going into day 2,
She's not recording.
we thought it. Oh my.
I am.
Good one.